How's it going, everybody? This is episode 2 of the Chalk Bowl podcast. I'm Nick Wortham with my co-host Bryce Johnson and Wes Derwinski, and today we are joined by our very special guest, Austin Andrade.
Hey, there it is.
So, Austin,
you don't even fade it out, dude. It's just cut like that.
I mean, look, we're
we have minimal production cost.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
yeah. This isn't. I don't get paid enough yet from this. I'm going to hire somebody.
Nick still hasn't been paid from his last show, so
yeah, I haven't been paid for my last show, let alone my last YouTube videos. So Austin, thank you for joining us today. How's training been going? How's life been going?
Yeah, man, it's been going good. Getting ready for the Arnolds over here with big guy.
Who's going to win the Arnold, Austin?
Someone that makes it through all 6 events. Can we talk about the events? Did that thing get settled?
I don't care. We can.
I don't know. Hey, bro, I just don't want to be on the YouTube and someone making fun of me. Someone did it wrong. I'm like, nah, that's not gonna be me.
I don't actually know all the events off the top of my head.
There's a sandbag up the hill that someone's going to eat shit, either going up or coming down, because your guys' legs are going to be jello.
Yeah, I might do both. Too. I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah. Hatton's just going to roll down.
The sear dumbbell elephant bar deadlift. Austin, you gonna pull grand this year?
Yeah, dude. Fuck, I need to.
What about you, Bryce?
Not fall over either.
I don't think you can bend this bar. You should tell people that, because I don't think anybody knows that.
That's a good story.
Fell with that bar, that bar bent around you and stayed bent after it got off you.
Is that why they brought the new bar out?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then, dude, we went through like 4 deadlift bars that night.
What, you guys fucking Titan Fitness deadlift bars? Like, what the fuck?
No, well, so Darren ordered 2 bars that were the same bars that
it was Oki bars.
Yeah,
that
Eddie.
The first 1,000-pound was pulled on. Bolton did, and then I think the ones they used for Eddie getting ready for Eddie used a different bar, I think, for his 500 or something like that. But anyway,
I think Eddie used an Oki bar.
I've heard rumors that Eddie had a different bar for his.
Yeah, I think it was a Texas deadlift bar he pulled on. But he ordered 2 of those bars that would work, because I think Grams was actually on the road to pulling that 500, and then he said he ate too much and the suit didn't fit. That's it. Yeah. American food got to him. And so sure enough, that 470, when I fell backwards, bent around my hips.
That's actually pretty crazy.
So yeah.
That's so funny, because I heard a bunch of people talking about how like they were saying that they brought out a different bar for like the record attempt or whatever, and I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, because they said they were like weighing the bar. They brought out a new bar. I was like, they would not do that. But I didn't know why. That's funny. They should give me that bar.
I broke it.
Definitely take pride in breaking a fucking Texas deadlift bar or whatever it was.
We should raffle that off and like support the podcast.
Yeah, it was like the tray the chair that Trey broke at Worlds in 23.
Raffle that off.
Dude, I wish I had a fucking video of that, man. I was standing right next to him, and he was just in the middle of a conversation, and it wasn't even like the chair bent. It was like somebody like ripped a fucking chair like a tablecloth off a table. It was like the chair just like doesn't exist anymore, and he just fucking like instantly went to the ground. It was so funny.
The magic man.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Did he fall on his back and look like a turtle trying to get up?
Yeah, he hit his head on the table behind him too.
Ooh.
I think it was like right before the circus dumbbell at that Worlds. And then he signed the chair and he gave it to somebody in the crowd.
That's awesome.
Hey, those deadlift bars that we pulled at Giants Live this year were pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, I liked them.
Were those the same ones? Were they Oki bars or
no Mirafit?
I don't know what they were. Because Darren said he wasn't going to buy any more from
he's
those.
Rogue.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Because Rogue was, okay.
For the deadlift champs you guys did?
Mm-hmm.
There was no suits in SCL though,
And then you had to go break a drywall wall right after.
My hand, I broke something in my hand. It's still like, I feel like I have a bone bruise in my palm.
You need to clip that and put that in our intro as you falling, both of us falling through the wall.
Bro, I just like that we were joking about it.
Everybody, the only person that didn't fall was like Kitchen and like Peter, I think.
Didn't try hard enough, I guess.
Yeah, well, Adam fell on the ground before the drywall and then like punched through it, because they said the time stops when you break through the wall. So he just put his fist through the wall and they stopped the timer.
You put your face through it.
Yeah, and they like really did you watch that, Austin? They like fucking double take, like slow mode the fight. It's the first video too. It really sets the tone.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I watched until you fell, and then I quit watching.
Yeah, I know. Dude, that was like the talk of the fucking town.
I know for a fact he watched it because he messaged me. He goes, "Bro, I just watched Nick face plant through that wall."
And it's only hilarious because I'm the fattest one.
Hey, bro. Yeah, I get it. That's why they like showing me falling back and forward on the deadlift.
Yeah. I mean, look, there was 0% chance that like we're running through drywall. I mean, even if it's everybody runs through it perfectly, it's still going to get made fun of.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
We severely underestimated that event. Like all of our legs were absolutely gassed by the time we got to that wall.
Well, I think me, you, and Tristan are the only people that wore truck pull shoes, and that was because of Wes. And my truck pull shoes, the whole front of them, like of the toes, like it's completely ripped off because I drug my toes the whole way because my legs were completely cramped. Yeah, that sucked.
There's like 5 parts to that event.
Yeah, that truck push was actually kind of heavy.
It was. Yeah, it was truck push into forklift piece drag into the block smash. No,
it was the flip first. Yeah,
I-beam finger into the 3-block sledgehammer smash, and then run through the drywall.
Yeah, really all it was like kind of a hard truck push, and then the sled was like pretty light, but it was just enough to like finish your legs off after the truck. And then it was like who can basically not fall down, because the flip was like a 10-foot I-beam, so as soon as you get it here, it's like weightless almost if you're somewhat strong. So what you said? Dumbbell, deadlift, sandbags,
the stone to shoulder.
Oh yeah, the tombstone.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Which Hatton had a replica made for, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, he bought the one from OSG.
I'm having 2 made.
Oh, is that what he did? Okay.
Yeah, it was like the 3rd stone from OSG. You're having one made?
Yep.
You having sticks and stones make it?
Yeah, boys. Stick and stone. Or
sticks and stone.
Stick and stone?
No, it's sticks and stone.
Stick and stone.
Apparently an X in French means plural.
Yes.
See?
Yeah, classy.
So it's sticks and 1 stone.
I'm just going to call it David, man.
I didn't realize he was so French.
I didn't realize it either. I've been fucking up that name for the longest time, and all I've been doing is trying to push his company because he makes legit shit. And every time I say his name, I always mess it up. So,
dude, I respect the hell out of it. I respect the hell out of David, dude. Every time I've ever seen him at a show, he is fucking busting his ass the most he can be.
And all we do is complain about the equipment. Like, why couldn't you make it bigger handles?
Dude, the second day, this will bridge us into what we were going to talk about. But the second day of the Shaw Classic, when we were setting up something like the night after day one, and we had already been there for like 12 hours, like moving things around, and I smashed David's fucking finger in a plate. He immediately, like, it looked like he had like steam pulling out of his ears, and he was like, "Because I love you and I don't want to scream at you, I need you to get the fuck away from me right now."
Bro, that's a David thing to say, bro.
So yeah, we were going to talk about the Shaw Classic Open because we were all there in some capacity, some competing, some not. It's so funny. Like, I think it took like 4 times of me and Wes talking about it for him to remember that I didn't compete there, because he kept being like, "No, you were there." It's like, "No, I didn't compete."
The second year.
Yeah, he's like, "Why not?" I was like, "I don't know. I tried to qualify and I didn't, so I wasn't strong enough. I don't know what to tell you."
My bad.
What place did you get the qualifier?
I don't know. No, I think I was like 16th or something. The problem is that, number one, like, obviously I could have just been stronger and done it, but there were so many people who may not be named that would just post lifts that didn't fucking count. So they would like mess up the whole scoreboard. But like, I'm sure Brian only reviewed like the top 10 spots. So if you were in 14th and you submitted a 260 dumbbell, which is what it was that the guy did not do, his fucking arm was like this. Everybody else that actually hit their lifts, it like knocked them all down and it fucked the rankings up.
I had no problem getting through.
I'm not upset about it if you can't tell.
Yeah, did y'all have a problem with it? I didn't have a problem.
I don't know. The rest of us made it in.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what? Your guys' age starts with a 3, so you can go fuck yourself.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, we're living the dream after the dream's already passed, dude. Come on.
And it was so funny earlier this week. Me and Wes were talking about something. I think I like sent him a picture when I was watching Worlds on YouTube, and I was like, "This guy sucks." And it's a picture of Wes, and he was like, "This is the worst year I've ever had." I was like, "Well, if it makes you feel any better," it was like, "Your worst year is my fucking dream year." He's like, "Yeah, it doesn't make me feel any better." Jeez. So, what did you guys think of the? I mean, obviously, everybody kind of has a similar opinion about the old style Shaw Classic versus the new style. Well, the new style is non-existent.
The open.
Yeah, the open. Yeah, I mean, those first 2 years of the open, man, I mean, those were like on par with, I think, some of like the coolest shows I've ever watched. I don't know what your guys' opinions of those were in the weights. I mean, I think it was pretty badass.
Well, that was the first time I ever got introduced to Canadians.
We smoked your ass the first year.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, y'all boys are different." Okay. They just came down. They came down there. It was like, "Yeah, so we fucking had a show last weekend. We're gonna do this one next, and then next week we're like," I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah,
In the
sure enough,
past 4 years, man.
I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" But
It's competition month right there.
what's this?
Yeah.
There's no stall in the ground, so they got to get as much as they can.
I compete in the snow.
To be
That's-
fair, though, I feel like that was like a huge. Now that you say that, I feel like that was like a huge introduction period for a lot of you guys. Like as far as like Americans recognizing Canadians that weren't Maxime, basically, because everybody knew
100%.
Maxime for going to Worlds, but it was like then the Shaw Open came out because like you guys couldn't do the Arnold before because it was just an amateur show.
Yeah, this is
So
the
yeah, and then it
first
was
year
like,
I've been
oh
able.
shit, there's a whole crop of guys in Canada that are insane.
Yeah, podium there twice though got me 0 invites, so I don't know how well it helps.
Yeah, well,
Stay picking these,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah. Tom Evans
Just
gives
for
a tip
the
of
love
the
of the
hat to
game.
you.
Yeah.
love of the game.
Actually, I wanted to say, whenever Wes brought up talking about the Shaw Classic, I want to say that I have a really cool Austin story that you probably don't even remember. But this is the first time I ever talked to Austin. And not that I preface this by saying, not that I think I fucking done anything now or worth anything now. I'm just saying, before I'd only done local shows at this point. And it was after Austin won the Open. And I went up and talked to him. And I think we sat there and talked for probably like 10 or 15 minutes just about like training and strongman, and it was really cool for me because took the time, like you just won like at that point the highest point of your career, and it was like, to me it was just cool that like you actually took the time to talk to me and like kind of go over that stuff.
Yeah, well, and that's right when Bryce went to go pick up that fucking 320-pound 1-inch dumbbell like it was nothing.
Yeah, that was
You
fun.
remember that? You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
yeah,
I was
because
like,
they
I
had
want
them
to
on the
try it. I
crates
said,
and there's like no one standing around there like, oh, we're gonna try to pick this up quick while it's just still sitting there. So I went and picked it up.
I saw it with my own eyes. This dude picked up what is it called? The Millennium or some shit?
Something like that. Yeah, because you filmed it. I have that video somewhere.
Oh, you
yeah.
do? Yeah. And then like everyone, not even the best grip guys in the world couldn't even pick it up. And Bryce goes over right after the show. Oh yeah.
How much did it weigh?
I think it was only like 2 something. It was low.
No, it was only 230.
230. Yeah.
It's like an inch dumbbell, but it's 230.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But there's only like I want to say maybe like 5 people or a handful of people in the world who have ever actually picked it up.
Yeah,
Jeez.
One of them the name was on the show, and then
unofficially.
Yeah, they had like all those grip guys there. That one dude, he looks like a villain from like Despicable Me. You see that? Like he's got like the man bun. You seen that guy? His fucking arms look like dude is huge. Like
who that was.
Yeah, grip guy. They also had a guy that he just had like a barcode tattoo on the back of his head. That guy was intense.
Definitely an Eastern European.
Yeah, that guy was intense.
Ivan Dragov there. I will break.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the second year at the Shaw Classic, or the Shaw Classic Open, I think was extra cool. I think the events were really good. I mean, the year prior, I feel like the events were a little bit more like cookie cutter, I guess. But I think with like the press medleys and the different types of deadlift sheet and stuff you guys did, I think it was pretty cool. I definitely would love for something like that to come back. Because I mean, like again, it's like you watch shows like that. It's like those are the type of shows that me and Wes Bryce talk about all about, like watching old strongman videos on YouTube. It's like I feel like that's the type of show that in 10 years, if it's on YouTube, guys are going to sit around and watch it and be like, all these guys turned out to be fucking insane. And it was just like an open fucking sign up and pay for show at the time.
Well, if you look back at like the roster, like I know I posted it a handful of times, but like the first year to the second year, the only people that changed was the guy like Thomas Evans going up and one new guy coming in. It was the exact same roster as the year before. And then the second year, we have, I think, 10 World's Strongest Man competitors or World's Strongest Man Giants Live competitors in that group out of, I think, what is there, 12 of us in that roster?
16?
Was there 16? Okay.
I think so.
But, okay, so I think there's about 10 or 12 of us that are now Giants Live, World's Strongest Man athletes. And I don't think people understand the caliber at which that show was with all of us in it. And then the following year, there's 3 or 4 of us now in SMO, and then the year prior following that as well. But if you want a good story about the second year of the Shaw Classic, Justin knows exactly where I'm going to go with this. And I can either leave this as an inside joke or I can tell it.
We got to let the people know, bro, because this is a part of it. Like, mind you, at this point, I've done World Strongest Latino, so it's my only other like international show. Everything I've done is like, I haven't even done the Arnold Amateur. I've done nationals a handful of times. I did a pro, so I was technically a pro for the first a classic, and then the second year I did America's Strongest Man, took fifth. So like I'm brand spanking new to this whole thing, and then minus like now think about it, like okay, I got a little what the Canadians are about going in the second shot classic is like, all right, now I kind of got my bearings. I'm gonna know what to do here. And then I didn't realize, and he'll tell a story, but it's like, first of all, these Canadians, they like just know scores. Like it's like that's just what they do. And they're like, oh yeah, he took second, he took, and next thing you know, these dudes just pop out of nowhere, they're on the podium. It's annoying as hell. And they're like, well, that dude, like, you're just, well, he zeroed one of the events, and or he didn't do too well here, but he still ends up somewhere else because they know how to play the game. That's what I'm getting at. And a part of the game is what Wes did to me, and it totally fucked me up.
I didn't mean to do it. I
No, that's what I'm taking it as.
coming into the second year, like after the first year, I blew a 5.5 point lead. Like Thomas Evans beat me outright, all fair, but like I fucking lost that show. But Thomas earned it. He was right there. But going into the second year, like the first event was that press medley. We had log, axle, dumbbell, and I felt though as if I could be top 3 in that event. I was fucking winning the show that year. And then the altitude or whatever it was, I fucking shit the bed on the first event. And then Austin goes out and smokes it. And I come back to him and just like being honest with him, I was like, hey man, this is your show to lose. Like, cause I was like, this, like you I'm done now. I'm out of the race. Like, unless you fuck up, I can't win this show anymore. And I guess he went back to the hotel that night and was like up to like 4 a.m. because I lived rent free in his fucking head for a day and a half.
Bro.
And after the show, he's like, man, you fucked with my head so bad.
Bro, I couldn't sleep, bro. I was just in bed like this. Fuck. Hopefully I don't lose it.
I was just being honest. Like I was like, when we showed, I was like, it's me versus you, and that was it. And you took like top 3 or the win on that event, I think. So I was like, fuck, he's running away with it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win that wheelbarrow medley.
Yeah, I think they stopped the timer a little early for you on that one.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, hey, you still managed to pull it out, even though you got in your head with it.
Yeah. Another fun one from the first year, though. I see this one picture perfect in my head. Was the frame that we did. So we did 800 for like 40 there, 40 back. And you went first, and then Joey went, and then I went. But you came back to that curtain. You did the boom. You were so fucking pumped because you smoked it. And then Joey goes out and fucking gets you by like half a second. And Joey comes back through that curtain and he's fucking ecstatic. And I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. I gotta do something. And I go out and then I nipped Joey by like half a second. And I came back and you were just like,
bro, I was just every time, bro, I was just like, oh, what the hell did I even do that for?
I came back to that curtain. I look over and like the Texas crew on the side was like, what the fuck, man? Like I was fast, but what the fuck?
Dude, you know what's so fucking funny about that second year of the Shaw too is Andrew Montoya is one of my training partners, and he did the Shaw Open twice, and or the 2 years that it was like the legit way, and the second year he had to had to leave immediately and fly home. He got I think he got 15th the second year, but that picture that gets posted consistently about how many killers were in that group, and he's not in the fight. He's not in the photo. And he's like, dude, he's like, that's like my most haunting fucking strongman thing is that I wasn't in the fucking picture. So funny.
I remember they're doing the awards. and they're calling names, and they're like, yeah, where did everyone go?
Yeah, the second year, guys just started leaving, and we're out there like, but you're never gonna get invited to a show after this, man. Clearly, those guys didn't make it anywhere. So,
yeah, there's I don't know. I wish Shaw would have kept it that way. I understand there's other reasons why you got to do it different ways.
Yeah.
And I'm sure looking through every single, we had to do 3 qualifying lifts.
Yeah.
And dude, imagine looking through all those people that sign up.
Oh yeah.
So I could only, I remember how strict the judging was that first year. And I remember going back to next year and I could not find a dumbbell that was 12-inch diameter. And I was just like, dude, I'm not going to get past. There's no way I'm going to do this show. I couldn't find it. So I ended up doing I think I maxed my circus dumbbell 3 times on 3 different dumbbells just so I can have a video, right?
Yeah.
And then I finally got her back from Carrie or whoever had the Shaw thing. They're like, "Oh yeah, that first one will work."
Yeah, I remember like doing it because it had to be. It said 12 inches outside diameter, but everything is 12 and 3/4. So I was like, "Fuck, man! Like I don't know where to find this." So I did mine on my plate loaded one, and I measured it on the pad so that it sunk down. So I was like cheating to get 3/4 of an inch off.
You
And
hear
then I
that?
found one
You
in
hear
like
that?
New York. Yeah.
You
And
hear
then I
that?
found
Those
out
Canadians.
I found out other guys were sending in like 13-inch dumbbells, and they're like, "Yeah, no, it's okay. Like, we're just trying to make sure you don't have like a 16-inch or something like that."
Yeah.
But whatever.
Bryce, what did you take on both those years? What placing?
8th and 9th, I think. Not
He got
great.
screwed by a sliding penalty in the yoke the
Oh,
second year.
yeah, I wasn't soaked with Chad on the what was that the
Yeah.
second year. I came up and I went down, made the flip, came running back. I was like a few feet away from the finish line, and then I just tripped myself up and dropped it. And those floors, I mean, you'll slide
Yeah.
a good distance no matter what.
That's
And I
that
got a
rule is
slide
so
penalty
fucking.
on it,
I
and I
hate
It was
picked
that
a
it up
rule.
and
winning
ran
time.
across. Because what
It
I
was
hate
a
that
winning
rule.
time.
If
Yeah,
you're using a
he was
metal
good.
yoke on a concrete floor, you got to put rubber on it or something, or it's going to slide no matter if you drop it or not.
And that was the problem. It was an automatic 5 seconds because
That's crazy.
it was like 1,050. So as soon as we
Yeah.
It just goes to show how strict on rules, because the next year Nick got busted on
the sandbag.
the sandbag, and
He was so pissed.
all right, there was a Husafel bag and there was a regular sandbag, and guess what bag is the one that fell out of the
Husafel.
Yes, bro. How? Like, I could get it if the other one rolled over, right? But this one, the Husafel was like this,
Yeah.
right over the line.
Yeah,
And I remember
think, wasn't
I
it
remember
Terry
us
that
doing
gave
it,
it
and
to
he was
him?
looking at it, and he was like turning around. He goes,
Yeah.
I think it was Terry that hit him with it, and he was like they were like, you could tell Terry really didn't want to have to give it to him, you know. He was like, fuck. He's like, this is gonna be like other people are gonna see this, you know.
Yeah.
But he made it in the show anyways the next year, so that's good.
Yeah. The other fun event that we could talk about at the second year was the car deadlift. As more guys went,
The broken car deadlift? Is that what you're discussing?
It wasn't broken. I
don't know, because all of a sudden you were popping off like 20 reps, and then they fixed it. And I remember going up and getting like 7.
Hey, just get stronger.
Yeah.
how many did you get?
I banged out like 10 plus, I think.
I remember Austin coming up to me afterwards and talking to me about that, and you're like,
Yeah.
dude, I think when they fixed it, like they messed something up or something like that, because you did struggle on that one too.
I'm pretty sure Goldtree won it
with 14 reps.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but
Hey.
As much as it was like an equipment malfunction, it was also like the equipment was not made properly. Like the arms that slid into the frame had no way of being fixed. So as we had more guys go and it was bouncing, the frame was coming out from the car.
Yeah, making it easier.
After about 10 guys, they were like, "Hey, it's out," and then pushed it back in. So like the last 4 or 5 guys had like probably an extra 100 pounds.
Yeah, should have reset it after every go.
Yeah.
No, I remember because Joey went out there to test it.
Yeah.
And I remember I went out, I looked at him, and he had plenty of room.
Yeah.
And I know I know Joey's like not.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. Bro, when I'm out there and I put my butt back to sit back in the deadlift, my ass hits the fucking car. And all I remember is like, this ain't right. What the? And then remember, because it's high level here.
Yeah.
You have damn, who was
Van was our ref.
Van was a ref.
I swear to God, he fell
Joe,
asleep while I was deadlifting.
Ken was our side guy. And Ken was doing good, right? And I'm going off of Ken, and he starts yelling, "You wait for me!" I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
I'm pretty sure Van was falling asleep because I would put it down and I'm looking at the ground waiting for the up call, waiting. I look up and he's like, "Go ahead." Fuck, Van, I need you to up and down.
It's me and you, right?
Austin, have you ever seen the video of Van from like the 2005 Arnold or something, 2006 Arnold?
He's a monster.
Yeah, they did that like hammer. It was like Thor's hammer. It was like on a ratchet.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he was a fucking hoss.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably about 370. Yeah, he's a big boy.
Oh.
He got healthy.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna look like after this, man. I need to get healthy after this.
It wouldn't hurt.
You do like your 98-day cardio challenge with Lucas. You have to shave your beard if you don't do it.
You know what, bro? Hey, I'll leave that to the Northwesterners. I'm gonna.
It's too hot in Texas to do cardio.
This is staying on, bro. I got to keep my hair. There's very few of us that have it.
Yeah, true.
He's gonna look like Jack Black from Nacho Libre if you shave that beard.
Bro, this beer is doing a lot of work, bro. It's hiding a whole other chin.
It's like makeup for a girl.
Hey,
Why do you think we all have it?
Yeah.
It's not a mystery.
Yeah.
and then I don't have a big chin, dude. For whatever reason, I have this little like chin, and so it doesn't look good, bro. So,
Before my
We got to
Go
make a bet if all four of us are in a show, lowest man shaves.
fuck, I don't want to
Jesus.
shave.
It's got to be a heavy show. I'm not gonna do that bet.
Come do North America's.
Steeplechase.
Hey, you could do
Yeah,
North America
sure.
this year.
Stop being all afraid and come do North America's.
Well, shit. I mean, now we don't have a certain show, so I mean, might as well.
You could say it's Smo. We don't have Smo.
Yeah. The summer kind of opened up, so
Here we go.
It would be pretty
That'd be
cool to
fun.
have that show be fucking super badass.
I
Bring it
think
back up
it's
to
gonna
16
be-
guys, dude. That'd be insane.
I
The
think
year with
it's gonna
16 was
be,
so fun.
Going to be a higher class caliber show this year, I think, because of
Yeah.
Smo not being there.
I mean, I heard JF takes care of everyone, so I'm like, that's like a whole other reason.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
It's
too,
the
and like
best
the
show.
crowd, the crowd there
crowd
is
is
really awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was even like people there this year that like had taken pictures with me last year and like remembered me from last year. It was like, and I took like 8th the year prior. It's like the fact they even recognized who I was cool. Like they definitely care.
They probably looked away after the Hercules hold, but
Yeah. After the dude, it's so funny. I think it was this year. Somebody mistakenly thought I was Bryce. And they like just because I'm
Wow.
American with fucking dark hair, I don't know. But they were like went to take a picture with me, and they were like, "Oh, congrats on first." I was like, "No, I didn't win. He won." They're like, "Oh," and they didn't even take the picture yet. They like stood with me, and they're like, "Oh," and like walked away before taking the photo.
that's
You only
okay.
have so much space on your phone for storage, you know.
You could have at
Get
least
that
taken
photo.
it to make me feel good about myself.
That's okay. This year after Smo, after the fucking yoke, I moved the 14 like 3 inches, and after the event, I'm walking through the back, and a pro strongman, world strongest man winner walks up to me and goes, "Hey man, that was fucking incredible what you did right there, man. I can't believe you walked it the whole way." I go, "Whole way?" I go, I picked it up and I dropped it twice. And he's like, aren't you Tristan?" I go, "No, I'm not Tristan." I
You
go,
all look
"That's
alike, bro.
I go, "He's over there."
He thinks all y'all Canadians look like the South Park characters.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Okay,
Uh,
let's talk about the Arnold.
All right, what do you want to know?
Let's go through the events. I want to hear your predictions on it.
Predictions? Oh, bro,
Yeah, for you,
no,
for
don't
you,
wanna do
and
that.
we'll hear Bryce's. Me and Nick aren't good enough to do it, so
So max deadlift.
Max
we do
deadlift.
bottom 3 predictions on every event.
Yeah,
Bottom 3.
yeah. Who's gonna be last 3?
Yeah, we're gonna switch it up from the other podcast. We're naming the bottom 3.
Not just that's fucked up. Oh shit.
Okay.
No,
what
well,
do you, what do
what
you
is
guys think of the Denny Stone event then?
I like
I
grip
still
stuff, so
don't
I actually
understand
like it. I don't know how we're gonna do. How much of the event has been released?
That's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Well, did you get the email? So the only email that
I
I've
got the
gotten
email.
is
I got the one
only
email.
email I've gotten is basically like very vague rules.
Same. I got one
Okay.
email, and then I got a bunch of texts the following day after the email saying, "Oh, those events look good." I'm like, "Where did you get the events? I haven't seen them released." Like, I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, other people have done videos on them, so I'll speak on them. You guys don't have to. But I know at least
Theoretically,
reading,
if you had to do a show with these 6 events,
how would you do them?
Well, I was watching YouTube today, and Thor pulled out now for the
Oh,
Arnold.
is
I
he not
believe.
doing it?
yeah, just
Yeah.
because of the enhanced games.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
for a lot of
crazy
money,
payday
so,
for him.
yeah.
Yeah. At a certain point, you got to think about like the money from that. And it's like, well, does Arnold still put up? I mean, obviously, it's not 250,000. I think, which is like what I think the enhanced games are.
Yeah.
But do they put up like if you break the elephant bar record, is it still like 50,000?
No, they took that away.
No, they did that last minute to kind of put a little bit on it.
Yeah.
And the only person who's really going to go for it is who. So
Right.
I mean, we're just let's.
Yeah.
Everyone else is. Who can
Everybody
come in
gets
second?
participation trophy.
Yeah. So, well, that's good news. I actually might be able to win this event.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I mean, who were the top 3 deadlifters last year? It was Thor, Hooper, and Bobby.
I think so.
Yeah.
I went for that grand and I didn't get it. But the way deadlifting is going right now, I think I'll be pushing some big numbers this year too. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of numbers they are, but they're gonna. I know
But you
I
heard
can
it here
probably-
first. Austin's gonna pull 11:10 or 11:10.
11:10.
Yeah, we'll just throw 100 and Yeah, which was
What do you-
130 pounds on my deadlift.
You're the only one here that's pulled on the elephant bar. What do you think of that compared to a normal deadlift bar?
I think it's very similar to a deadlift bar. When that bar gets alive is once you start getting closer to that 1,000-pound number.
Mm.
And it's like, have y'all pulled on what are they called? Mammoth bars before?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like that whip on that bar is really like slow, right? You can pull
Okay.
into it and it kind of just like yanks you down, right? That elephant bar is quick, man. It just like, I remember being that bad. Like, that's why my hips rose and the bar came out from me and I missed a lift, is because when I got hit with that whip, it's sharp. It's just like, it yanks you really fast, but it is very much a deadlift bar until about 950 pounds.
Is it like a squat bar thickness?
No, it's a deadlift
Oh,
bar.
really?
It's the only thing that's different is the it's
Collars are
still
longer.
Yeah, the sleeves are longer.
the sleeves are longer. It's still from inside collar is the same as a deadlift bar.
You want to know JF's thoughts on that bar?
Yeah, what does he say? I need to hear
He
that.
calls it the PR bar because it's easy.
Well, I mean,
That's what he said.
You pull 1,000, it will be easy.
Yeah,
yeah.
No mistakes.
yeah. Make no mistakes.
JF's not allowed to test any equipment ever again.
Those are his coaching cues to me and Bryce when we're at like the big time. He goes, "Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, sandbag. Okay, no mistakes. Okay, thanks, coach."
Yeah, my
Hey, well,
You're
He
not
was
wrong.
an
He's not
OSG.
wrong.
Oh,
there goes our host.
Sorry, you
Look
got
who's the boomer now.
No, this fucking connection gets loose on here.
no,
At
here we go.
OSG,
Okay.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're a
Sound
little bit
different.
Yeah, you're a little bit echoed, kind of.
Fuck me.
Oh, here we go.
Well, we can clip
Oh,
this
it's
part
because
out.
it's going through my fucking.
You gotta spit on it, dude.
I think we just keep this part in.
Everybody else likes to see this, so
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! It says you can't switch mics while recording.
Well, there you go.
okay.
At OSG this year, I didn't go, but Connor told me that JF. I think he like missed his lockout on the first dumbbell or whatever, and then he like came back. They were in the warm up room, and Gabe was about to go, and
Yeah.
Connor was sitting next to him. He's like, Gabe, he's like, don't suck like me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has the
he's
best
funny, dude.
advice at the best time.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, I think
dude,
he just like warms up on the events before North Americas and will like do like better than half the field. He's like, it's not hard.
It's the best worst part of competing for him or with him. Like, it's just his way.
Yeah.
I saw when I saw him do that power stairs this last year at Smo, and what he
Yeah.
did to that thing, I was just like, well, I don't even know why I do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part. Like, that's him in a nutshell, telling you how to do an event. He'd be like, "Well, I would just show you." Like, bang! That's how you do it. Okay,
I've never
cool.
seen how heavy was it? 580?
500 pounds.
He
Yeah.
could have put it to a second step.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Dude, I want him to do North Americas this year.
trust me, he really, really does want to, but I don't think he can right now.
We got to start a petition or something.
Yeah, but for the second year that we did it with the wheelbarrow, like, we picked the starting weight for us because they did the fun max wheelbarrow contest the Friday night with like
Mhm.
anybody could enter. So whatever they finished at was what we started at, because we were like, nobody who is a nobody needs to be able to compete with us.
Yeah.
So whatever they stopped at, which was like 850 or 880 in the hands, JF's like, that's where we start.
They did
It's not
7-0.
easy.
And
Yeah,
JF did it, and like Saunders did it. Like, they were just like limping their way through because they were not in the shape that they are right now.
Well, and they both this year, didn't they both do the first Atlas Stone? For
Yeah.
that really tall platform?
Yeah.
JF threw
Yeah.
the stone like 9 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, he slam dunks them on those rings. I don't know how he does
Yeah.
that.
Because Saunders
No
did it
idea.
and kind of like shouldered it a little bit.
Yeah.
And JF just walked up and like, it didn't even like, it like touched his hips and that was it. He like threw it from his hips, he just threw it like straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was like walking away from the stone platform like before it even hit the platform.
His explosiveness with stones is ridiculous. But you got to come do that show often.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
it's definitely on the list, man. I just,
Well, he watches our podcast, so he'll hear you say that you want to do it. So you better show up.
We can make this edit happen where you just confirmed it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Can we do that, Nick?
Yeah, it'll be like the confirmed post that they made for North Americas 2 years ago for Austin when they. And I immediately messaged him. I was like, I thought you said you weren't doing, because they told me that I was going to replace you if you backed out.
Yeah.
Or they said that you were going to not do it and that like I was replacing you. And then they posted like a confirmed photo of Austin. And I was like,
hey,
Fuck.
yeah. And for the record, I never said I was gonna do it. I said, no, I'm cool. Like, thank you for the opportunity, and everything, right? And I saw my photo. I was like,
I
That's
immediately
not
sent
gonna
it to
look good.
Austin. I was like, did you change your mind? I was like, kick me out.
Yeah, and then whoever runs that site only speaks French too, so it's like, oh please.
Yeah, that's the festival. Yeah.
Well,
I
hopefully
felt
with
so bad.
enough like big names, like if you get the guys that basically do SMO, hopefully they'd maybe pour a little bit more money into the show with like live stream or spectator tickets, and then we can afford to have it to 16 guys.
That's what talking with JF the other day. He thinks this year that he's going to spend the money and do a live stream. And with that hopes that we get a few bigger names to show up, and then we'll get even more traction with the show.
Yeah.
No, bro, we need to keep JF's live stream the way he does it now.
On his phone.
On his Instagram
On his
page.
phone?
Bro, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. He's chasing the followers. That's all he's doing.
That's all I know, man. Hey, I watch that grainy thing all the time, dude. Hell yeah. That's how I knew Tristan won Canada's before anyone else did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is nice that Lucas still sent people last year to put it on YouTube, though. Those are good videos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Much appreciated there. Thank you.
But yeah, they had somebody compete, and then they had Inez the year before. So
That's right.
hopefully she does it again this year. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think she should. Like, it just helps their side of the sport grow as well. And then I think besides the Arnolds and that the Rogue, like that's their biggest opportunity to compete at the highest level for them.
Well, and also I think at least even that like 2 years ago, I think women's first place was like $5,000.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean that's more than more than a lot of prize money at like the kind of the B tier list of pro shows for men.
Yeah, that
$5
show
grand
is
more
ran.
than OSG gave out this year. So
Well, it looks like Bryce is never going back to OSG.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm gonna have to go for that pro card finally. Then
Yeah.
sweet.
Well, that's too. I mean, you guys probably get that too. I mean, a lot of people will ask you, like, just like random people ask you, like, well, what can you deadlift? Or it's like, I don't know. It's like, typically you don't know, because if you do know, you're probably training the wrong way.
Dude, hey, now that I'm deadlifted 1,000s a couple times now, it's funny when people, oh, so what do you deadlift? And I tell them, yeah, 1,000 pounds. They look at me like, I mean, I swear to God, yeah. A couple times
Even
now.
more landed on me.
Yeah, he does hip thrust with it after he holds it.
One landed on me, the other one I landed on.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
got the down claw on the one, though.
I didn't even know I got that too.
I know as soon as you fell with that, you had to been like, God, I cannot shake this.
Bro, I'm so pissed.
Yeah, as soon as I saw, I was like, Nick's going to be all over this one.
Hey, all I remember is like falling forward, right? You're figure eights and like you're trying to catch yourself, but you can't because you're locked in the bar. And I like look up and I'll look it up at Magnus and he's just like, yeah, you got it. Then I got up, I had to motherfuck the bar a couple times, dude. I was so,
Yeah.
the emotions were running.
Speaking of Magnus, that's actually a good question. Do you think that's a show you would ever want to do?
There's snow there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say that like everybody should do it once, if you get the opportunity. But I just didn't know how that...
I'm not gonna, bro. I will not say no to going to a show unless it's like it just doesn't work out schedule wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do pretty much anything. It doesn't matter. But
Well, you work full time, right?
yeah.
Yeah. What do you do?
He runs a taco truck.
Close. No, I'm a residential appraiser.
Oh, so you just like appraise houses and stuff?
Yeah. So for tax purposes. So even worse, I'm the tax man.
Oh, so like if somebody gets like a fire or something?
No, like here in Texas, you pay property taxes. We don't pay income taxes. So like a big chunk of the property taxes is, but we have to appraise all the properties every single year. So yeah, that's boring work stuff. Me and Bryce sit in cubicles.
Yep, fellow government employee right there.
Yeah, hey,
Bryce is
retirement.
Yeah, cubicle the whole time. It's like The Incredibles, where you're just sitting there on that tiny fucking desk,
just waiting to explode.
That's exactly.
I think Austin, didn't you say that at the SMO interview?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, dude, I'm like at work, right? And I'm eating and people are walking by and they'll walk by again. I'm eating a different meal. And they're like, weren't you just eating? I was like, dude, just mind your own business, bro. Get the hell out of here.
Talking on the subject of eating, hold on. Because this can be a two-parter and we'll have to bring the other guy in and we'll bring Austin back for this. But I know there's an argument to be made, especially for Austin, because he's a Texas barbecue guy and he says real barbecue has no sauce. But the guy on the other side is big bad Thomas Evans, who I know loves barbecue, but he's a big sauce guy. So we're going to have you two on here and have you guys duke that one out because I know that'll be a hilarious commentary.
Well, I mean, we'll just set the record straight. If you got to put sauce on your food, it's not made good. So that'll be my part there. We'll let him explain whatever he needs to explain. But
well, you were pretty upset when we were at Smo. We went to that barbecue place and they were putting sauce on stuff. You were like,
well, it's
"This is not
very. I
what-
mean, it's disrespectful. It's
this
very
is
disrespectful.
not."
I'm just think about it, man. That cow, that animal, sacrifice his life, and you're gonna put sauce on it. You need to enhance the flavor with other crap. That means it was disrespectfully made.
Do you put seasoning on stuff before you cook it though? Like
Of course we do. Put salt
for
and
the
pepper.
barbecue?
Isn't that kind of the same
Pepper.
thing though?
No, you have to understand. All right, I'm gonna have to put y'all through a
No,
clinic
that's
here. Here we go.
different.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, one's a liquid seasoning, the other one's a like fucking dust seasoning. Same thing.
All right, y'all about to get schooled right now. So it depends how you cook it and what wood you cook it with. So if you're
You
gonna
use
be
a hardwood or a softwood?
you have to use hardwood. Softwood that has no flavor, first off, and it probably got chemicals because it's made to build houses and stuff. So in Texas, we cook barbecue with oak because it's very abundant here. And you get to western regions, they might use mesquite. I don't know what St. Louis uses. They usually just cook pig, but you put salt and pepper, you mix with oak, and the way it combines and the fat, it's the most delicious thing you ever had in your life. And you don't need anything more than that.
I actually got a question for you on St. Louis. Have you ever had a pork steak?
Yes.
Yeah, not a lot of people are hip on the pork steaks. It's kind of like a St. Louis thing. They're fucking pork steaks are primo.
There's a pit not too far from here. Damn, I don't know the name of the place, but there's an old lady and she's like 80 years old. She's a pit master and her name's Tootsie. And they cook obviously brisket, ribs, everything, but they're the only place in Texas that cooks pork steak.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a big St. I mean, Kansas City's really big on barbecue too, and that's pretty close to me. But yes, pork steaks are a huge St. Louis thing. You can go to like any grocery store and get pork steaks. I mean, it's obviously probably not the best cut of meat for you, but I mean,
No, well, I don't
what are we
really eat
talking
a lot
about?
of pork, so.
Yeah, I don't really eat too much pork, but if I do, typically it's like a 4th of July thing, you know?
And shooting guns too.
Yeah, dude, we were trying to get something together for like try to get like a training camp together for 4th of July last year to go, and we're trying to go to Colorado and just have a huge fucking go ride side by side, shoot guns, and grill out and shit. I want to do it at some point, especially for all the Canadians, so they can experience some fucking 4th of July.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
down to come down. I like shooting guns.
Yeah, yeah, we shot automatic guns at STL. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's the first time I'd ever done that.
Yeah,
Shot a gun or shot an automatic gun?
Automatic gun.
Oh, didn't you used to have a gun for your job?
Yeah, I did do
that's
that, and I
one of the
also
few
have
that
guns
Canadians.
for hunting and things.
Well, when we had the UK people down in
Vegas.
No, in Arlington for OSG this year, and we were up there hanging out. We went to dinner with a couple of guys, Darren and Ben and whatnot, and well, you know what's his name, Lee, the guy that exposed us all in the back,
Yeah.
and he's a cop. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, and so he has firearm out there, and he was just so amazed because Nick has his gun. He drove up there, so Nick had his gun on him, and they're like, "You want to see it?" And he's like, "Well, yeah. I mean, it's just a gun." He's like, "Yeah, you have a gun on you?" Like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, there's 10 other people in this restaurant have a gun on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny whenever we were shooting guns. Nana was shooting one of the ARs, and it was like everybody in the whole gun range just like stopped moving. It was like all just watching Evan, and it was the only person that happened for. And it was like dead silent after he got done with it. And Adam Roskowski was like, he's like, "You see?" He's like, "Nobody trust him. Everybody watch."
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Do we want to get into a Q&A?
Yeah, let's do some questions for him. I can't do it now because my phone is being used.
Well, I have the screenshot you sent.
I don't know if there were any good ones on there.
Usually when I do this, I get a whole bunch of
There were some weird ones.
Yeah, there's always weird. Man.
I don't know if you happened to catch one of the comments on our first video, but a guy said, "How about for the next video, you guys take your shirts off and we'll see who the hairiest is."
Yeah, I sent you that.
Yeah, that was within like 2 hours of posting it, and I posted it at 6 a.m.
Well, I mean, no, never mind. Hold on. Nah, that dude's probably gonna watch. So it's a view. There you go. We don't have to take shirts off, but who's got who beat, Wes or Nick?
For what? Harry?
Harry's.
Well, I shave, so
You think
I'm
because
Italian.
of the beard, I'm
so
hairy? Shaved.
On your arms, or is that just a tattoo? Jesus.
they're under his
I
shirt.
actually just trimmed my beard like yesterday, but my beard connects to my chest hair if I don't shave it.
Same.
Yeah.
Bro, we're at Worlds 24, and we're getting ready for the cake toss. And I remember like we're in that tent, right? And you're standing in front of me and looking at his arms. I'm like, damn, his hair grows really weird. Like it's really straight lined. I'm like, Oh no, he shaves like a tank top.
You know what's funny is I had my wife shave me like that one time because I saw like some guys did it like that. So I kind of like had it like the outline.
Yeah.
I'm not as lean as Wes though, so I think it looks a little worse. But I did it, and my buddy, my training partner, was like, "Why the fuck did you shave like that?" And I was like, "Well, I was like, because it gets all scratchy if you shave it, And he was like, "You look fucking ridiculous." And I came home and I asked my wife, I was like, "Do you think this looks bad?" She was like, "I guess." See, I don't know if it looks bad. I was like, "You shaved it." I was like, "You could have told me that you didn't like it."
That's the honest answer, right? Just like, I'm not gonna. How do I say yes without saying yes here?
Okay, well, here's a question from our friend Jack Turner. He said, "What got you into strongman?"
Oh, so I always watched it. I mean, I just found a gym at Heavy Metal that had all the equipment and just went in there and I started messing around, and everyone at Heavy Metal competes. And at the time, I think we had like 2 women pros. There was no male pros. Obi, remember when Obrist was like kind of in the end of his career? He lived in New Braunfels, which is about a town just north of us. He used to come to train at Heavy Metal every now and then. And all I remember is like I came into the gym one time and I was like, bro, I've fucking seen that guy before. Like he looks so familiar. And then sure enough, it was Robert. And I was like, oh shit, this is real like legit. But they have like all the stuff. So yeah, I just started training there, and I asked, like, I was like, how do y'all like sign up for a show, or how do you find those? And they showed me kind of like, I don't think at the time it was Iron Podium.
Yeah, well, Strongman Corp doesn't really use Iron Podium too much.
Well, I know Texas, like all the Texas like gyms really use Iron Podium to promote the shows, but I think we're just like, you just have to go on Facebook and try to find a show, right? You
Yeah.
just kind of look at these gyms and see if what they're like, what gyms are actually putting shows out. So
Yeah.
I signed up for a show, and then I won like my first 2 amateur shows, and they're like, well, there's nationals after this. And so I signed up. I was like, well, I'll go to a nationals, kind of see what that's about. And I did my first nationals was actually USS nationals. And you remember
Instantly pro
Silva?
card mechanics.
You remember
That guy's fucking big as shit.
dude? He
Yeah.
was so, me and him did our first nationals at nationals in Ohio. And that's the first time I ever saw him. And holy
Yeah, he was like 500 pounds, wasn't he?
bro, yes.
Yeah, dude.
Huge.
You know that I think his name's Brian, right?
No, Josh
Josh Silvas.
Silva.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Dude, that guy.
yeah.
Andrew said he did a show with him one time. It was like just like a local show, and they pulled power bar kilo plates, raw deadlifts for a max. He pulled like 920 or like 930 at an amateur show.
No, it wasn't amateur. That was America's Strongest Man 2020.
It must have been a separate time because Andrew wasn't a pro, so it would have been an amateur show that he did. I don't know. It was something. That dude was insane. He was huge.
Oh, never mind. It's a different. But anyways, he did. So America's Strongest Man one year, and it was a year Tom Evans came up. They brought up Tom Evans, and it was Silva, and then damn, who won it that year? It was one of the years Crowder won, and it was like Cotton was in it, and I can't remember what, but no, actually Silva's won that one actually, and the Marcus won the year before. And then he came back, and they actually they were going to do America's Strongest Man in a place called Coleman, Texas. And like, Pioneer Belt, Pioneer, the leather company makes those belts.
Yeah.
That's where they're from. And it's like in a middle nowhere town, Texas. But like, as they're getting the show set up, like Dion, it was a hard time getting guys out there. So they just moved the show to San Antonio, and we have a food bank. Well, the food bank, right? The giant like company in America, the food bank, they have a giant, like warehouse over on the west side of town where they have this big old pavilion, really nice pavilion.
I remember watching that.
And they like agreed to have them do America's Strongest Man there. And that was the year me and Nick were like the weight loaders. And so they like, but if it wasn't for Heavy Metal, they wouldn't have had a show, because Dion like hit us up out of nowhere and was like, hey, we need all this equipment. And then Frank from Texas Power Concepts that makes all the logs and axles and stuff, he made 8 Fingal Fingers that year.
Jesus.
Wow.
Brought them out. The first event was Fingal Fingers, and these were heavy Fingal Fingers. We actually have one at the gym, and I think they ended up, honestly, like Fingal Finger weights are weird to tell, but it was a heavy one. And mind you, this is a brand new pavilion, shiny concrete. And every single time that Fingal Finger came around and it missed the pad, bro, it just took a chunk out of the concrete. And all I remember is looking back, and like the guy that was like in charge of like the area was just like, bro, he was getting so pissed, and just like, well, they already agreed to have the show, so they just had it, right? But me and Nick were the guys that were pulling the pads out.
Fuck.
and they had the middleweights and the heavyweights competing this whole day. And bro, I couldn't like, so it was like maybe 10, 12 guys in each weight class, but doing the runs and then flipping them back because for the camera, they wanted them
Yeah.
all going one way.
Mm.
Bro, that was, and I think I got COVID the next week.
Yeah.
But no, that was a crazy.
It's so funny. Like anytime you help out at a show, you're always like, what would have happened if we weren't here? So that's what it always seems like. Yeah. There's like a PSL this year, I flipped all the fingers back and it's like you guys had to do 4. I flipped like 14 fingers. It's horrible. We're going to do a kill, bang, marry with a max log, a max deadlift, and a max stone.
Some dead air right there. I don't have to
Take
think
your
about that
time.
one. I'm killing log.
I agree.
We're hitting stone for the one time, and I'm marrying
The deadlift.
deadlift.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
I like
that.
it.
I think I'm going to switch the deadlift and the stone because my deadlift sucks.
Does your deadlift suck because of your body, or is it suck because you
Because
just
of
don't
your
have-
body.
I'm going to assume
not
it's
a
an insult.
compliment.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
if it's
I'm
not
just saying, like, some people are built to deadlift. You have like the short arms.
my deadlift is fine. It's just nothing to write home about. I'm not a big puller, but I'll do fine in shows.
I
Just
think you
fucking
beat me
with
at SC
I
because
pulled 8.
you were bouncing it.
No. They put
You
we
were
had to
catching the bounce.
we had to deadlift on the skid steers, and they put bars on them. But the apparatus was like through the forks of the skid steer.
But yeah.
It went around, so you would put the skid steer down, and it would rock. So then
nice.
you had to wait for like a down call and an up call, but it would rock like 5 times. So it's like it would rock. They'd say up, and I would just catch it on the third rock.
So Nick calls it a rock, and you call it a bounce. That's
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if we all had to
I
wait
did
for
it
it to
the
stop
proper
moving,
way.
you'd have to wait like 15 seconds after every pull. Look, hey man, strongman's a game just as much as a sport. It's your show to lose. Remember, it all comes around.
isn't it?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no,
it is.
that was a complete flashback of Shaw Classic, the first one, where I blew another 5.5 point lead on stones.
Yeah. And Simon Solomon, he was like, "Oh, you really fucked the stones."
Yeah.
Understand how upset you were. It's like, any of you guys, or Bryce, you got a question you want to ask?
Let's see here. Kaylin threw one in.
All right,
That was a good one. How'd you get your nickname?
Smash.
Yeah,
Well, I have a lot of nicknames. So.
that one, the one we all know.
The ones outside the bedroom.
Go to
Okay?
those,
Yeah,
but
we don't want to know about those other ones.
it all started back when I was kidding. No, so actually, Smash came from my wrestling days at Adams State. We used to play dodgeball as a warm up. Well, we say dodgeball. We actually used to duct tape toilet paper rolls.
Yeah.
And so they turned into rocks. And we're and like it wasn't your traditional dodgeball where it's a line and you kind of throw at each other. It was like free for all. And like you could hit a guy next to you or whatever. I don't remember the rules, but the main rule I remember was you can only throw with your non-dominant hand. And if it's your like a first year, bro, you look like you don't know how to throw, right? You look like you're throwing with your non-dominant hand. But there's seniors and redshirt seniors in there that could throw harder with their left and their right. And I'm talking whistle one by your head, dude. And there was a time, so everyone's competing, right? And I'm a heavyweight. We all know that. I've never not been a heavyweight. And I'm the biggest target in there. And so I'm one of the easiest guys to get out. I start getting pissed off about it. So I start doing stuff about it. I'm starting to do like ESPN highlight matrix things, jumping on the wall, right? It doesn't probably, I'm making it way better than what it sounded way cooler than what it was. But there was this dude, his name Ian. He was 125 pounds. So if you don't know, in college wrestling, that's the smallest weight class. And this kid he would just torment me. And as we all know, as big guys, if you were to fight someone, no matter what, it's a lose-lose, right?
Yeah.
You beat them up. Oh, you're just a big guy. You win. You lose. Well, now you just got your ass kicked by a little guy, right? So, being a bigger dude, we just kind of know that. So that's why we don't really fight, right? I would just get so pissed that I would kick doors, and I would just run out of the room. But every time I run out of the room, I'd kick the door. And one time I broke the door, and they were like, "Oh," they were making fun of me. They're like, "Oh, smash doors," right? And then Smash. That's how I got the nickname Smash. And it had nothing to do with like the Hulk or anything. It was really to make fun of me on how angry I'd get.
That's a pretty good nickname story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and nicknames are earned or they're given.
They're given. Not
They're
you
earned,
can't
not
give
given.
yourself one.
You can't give yourself a nickname.
Yeah.
What was the other rule to a nickname? It's got to be something fucked up. Like you can't just, I don't know. What's a good nickname? You know what I mean? Like, I know Big Bryce, but what are we,
we have a few nicknames for Bryce.
That's what I'm saying. But you're gonna have to do something jacked up, and then we're like, that's the one that's gonna stick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Wes just copied Hooper when he came out.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. Got me.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
how I
Bryce,
got.
you don't really have one, do you? I know you were like kicking around like the American Yeti.
I just
I came up
sticking
with
with
that.
Big Bryce. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
an
Come on,
Instagram
B.
profile that always that always comments that. I told Kane, I'm like, I think this is Wes' burner account that he's just trying to get this nickname.
Can be. Why is he so dreamy?
I don't know. We're just Latino kids. I don't know.
This could be a good opportunity for you to talk shit. He says, Nick Guardione, why is he the second best Texas boy?
Nick Guardione said that. Why is he the third?
Who's that?
Yeah, I guess that includes the three of you being Trey.
Yeah.
Why is he the third?
Did y'all see that video we made? We went to Arlington and we were filming. And he goes, "Who are the Texas boys?" And then Trey goes, "Texas man." Fuck, I love Trey, man. He's cracks me up. But hey, if you're talking about the original Texas boys, me and Nick did our thing, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But really, it's Ortmeyer and Thigpen.
Yeah.
But Ortmeyer's originally from Reno,
Mm-hmm.
so he's the Texas Stone man. I give it to him. He's a Texan. That kind of hurts me to say it, but he's lived by Texas. He wasn't born here. That's an asterisk, right? We'll put that, but he is a Texas Stone man. He's a Texas athlete. Thigpen's from Houston. You got Gabe Pena and Trey, and those are the next two that came out of Texas.
What about Mark Henry?
Mark Henry never did World, so I don't know.
Fair enough. I don't consider him the world's strongest man either. So
Right.
Sidebar real quick while you talk about Mark Henry. One of the girls I work with went on a date with Mark Henry. When she lived in Atlanta, when he lived in Atlanta, like back in the day. But sidebar.
I was like, he's married, got kids.
It was a long time ago, yeah. Yeah, it was last week.
It's fun. You know what's funny about Mark Henry living in Austin? He'll just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be at the gym today." And I'm like, "What?" He just shows up.
yeah, he showed up there at you guys' gym the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he just shows up, dude.
Does he train or does he just show
awesome.
up to say what's up?
Well, he always comes to the gym just to say what's up to Tim and just all we're all cool, whatever. But he usually comes down to watch the Spurs play.
Oh yeah.
He does a lot of radio. He does this radio show for Texas football, and then I know he does a lot with the Spurs too. But he's connected, bro. He's connected, and you should see, bro. I met his son this last time.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
He copy and paste Mark Henry, dude. He shook my hand, and I was just like, oh, okay. It's like when Bryce shakes your hand.
Future world's strongest.
He's not. They're not tall. You know what I mean? Like when I say tall, skyscraper.
Bryce is the only tall one here.
Yeah. But I'm like looking.
You're not 6'5", dude.
We measured last time.
Yeah,
you're Nick's height.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nick is
Nick's
6'5".
actually an inch taller than me, apparently.
Oh, that's
according
right.
to the stats.
Bro, he's always been doing that. It's so funny. So we did Texas Strongest Man. So this was like 2022 or something like that. I can't remember. Thigpen was gonna do like one of those farewell tours like how Ortmeyer did, and all this, like the world's like invited him back for like one go. But the whole thing was like Thigpen, they're like, well, we're not just gonna invite you back. You have to do a show so we can say like you qualified back, right? So Thigpen put together Texas Strongest Man, and he had Trey, he had all these dudes from Texas kind of lined up to do the show. And it all boiled down to and just turned into Thigpen, Trey, me, and Nick. And it went from like 12 guys to 4 guys real quick. But he ended up tearing his bicep during the show off the first event. And so he just kind of called it quits after that. And that's kind of like a sign to stop doing strongman. But he had like a whole announcing. We walked out. We did this whole thing. They had an MC. It was a cool little experience, right? And this like garage of this, he like put up all these like not banners, but like dividers, so you couldn't see like the garage.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Was
just
that the year you guys were throwing kegs inside?
No, that was the year before.
Oh, okay. I just remember that video.
David was one of the first guys, and he was back there catching kegs with the.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we doing the show the next year, right? And the announcer, and they're like, "Oh, what's your height and weight, whatever?" Right? And Nick's going before us, and same thing, bro. And this is way before 6'6", 300, and this is when Nick was barely hitting 300 pounds. 6'6", 320 pounds, and I just remember, like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? And then the same thing happened. We're at Giants in London, and I'm back there like helping him out. And he's walking out there, 6'6", 300 pounds, bro. I could not tell you the face that I saw on Patty, on Evans, on everyone, just like, Nick's 6'6". He's like, oh, we're giving wrestling heights over here.
Yeah, Bryce, you're not 6'5", man. You got it. Somebody's lying about height because you're definitely like, well, I don't want to say the fucking
6'6". on a good day. We
You?
measured though. It was like 6'5"
Who
at North
measured?
America's.
No, no. Okay,
You measured me.
We measured with it was me, Bryson, Kevin, and I think Wes. And because when we were in Wes's truck when we were having this argument, and we measured with like an iPhone. It said I was 6'3", and it said Bryce was 6'5", and I was looking at his collarbone. Zero chance you're 6'5", and I know I'm at least 6'2" and a half.
Is that NFL Combine heights? Because I'm 5'11".
NFL Combine height was 6'4.9".
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
When I did a regional combine, and they said I was 6 foot 3/4 inches. I'm like, I'm at least 6'1".
I'm just gonna leave. Just leave.
I know. I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not playing football anymore.
All right, let's get one.
I got a good one
here. Yeah, what do you got?
Here, if you had to pick one, so Arnold, Worlds, Smo, if it were to come back, or the Rogue Invitational, which one would you want to win? If you only could pick one.
Which one to win?
Let's say all the money's the same. All the money's the same.
Yep. They'll only get to win one that year.
Just the title?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I don't know. I think this is going to surprise some people, but I think definitely Arnold's.
No.
That's fair.
Winning the Arnold's to me is like, that's like, that dude did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's just a long line of names that you're amongst.
It's got the second most prestige for sure. I mean, as far as like time in the sport.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just like you think of like that's Z's 8 titles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shaw's in there. That's you put your name amongst that, bro.
Yeah. And I knew it was gonna happen. Wes is fucking muted or something. You can't hear him.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, no. There we got you.
There you go.
What the fuck? I was saying Giants Live Glasgow has a huge crowd.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll get to see one of those in person.
We could help out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe maybe Brian could put on a word for me. Be an equipment bitch.
Hey, bro, you want to talk about a NASCAR crew, bro? They took some lessons, man.
Wow.
Bro, at the deadlift championships, I don't think people realize this. From the time I deadlifted 470 to the end of the hammer hold was 25 minutes for me. That was four events, and your boy's not built for like that.
Yeah, they were cooking you on the jog back on the steeplechase.
Hell yeah, bro. And I didn't even have to do that. I just had to put over the bar to beat Bishop. Bishop was like, hell no, I ain't doing that shit. Damn.
It was our first year watching you do it. It's hilarious because you just like load a bag over the bar and you just like lean on the bar and you're like, fuck this, I'm done.
Bro, I don't know what it is, man, but anytime I carry a sandbag, I have no air. I just can't breathe. And then trying to move my feet with no air, I think I've developed a fear of claustrophobia.
It's actually super unique too with you and Nick because you guys are so opposite.
Yeah, I'm cute and sexy, and
it's just like, I'm sure it's like cool for training because it's like the things that you need pushed on, he's good at.
And best believe it, bro, whenever we beat each other in one of the events that we're supposed to be better at, dude, we don't fucking let anyone hear the end of it. But that's what we need. It's a little different look now that he's bald, man. I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to it.
Is he faster? Slower?
He's he's bigger now, dude.
Dude, that video he did with Shaw, he looked meaty.
He's mean, bro. He looks mean, dude. I'm telling you.
He was looking about maybe like 340, 350 in that video with Shaw.
He's putting on some weight.
Yeah. Waiting for that Arnold call up.
Hey, I'm just saying, take it from someone that's 400 pounds, bro. It's a tough life up here.
Are you 400 right now?
Yeah.
What are you, Bryce?
402.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's going to be some meat at the Arnold this year.
Wes, you up to 300 yet? His fucking mic cut out again.
Anything.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Back.
I don't understand. I'm not touching anything. Yeah, I'm 300.
High school at 315.
Damn.
I think I was like 225 when I came out of high school.
What?
Yeah.
225 or 325?
2.
What?
It took like 3 years for me to get 300 pounds.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, didn't they not feed you or something?
Yeah, I was all skin and bones back then.
That's insane.
Kind of like I am now, you know.
You still played tackle at like 310 or 225 in high school?
In high school, yeah. Oh yeah.
Were you just slow as fuck or had no hands?
No. I was really fast back then.
They didn't put you at tight end?
Yeah, could you catch a ball?
We didn't have enough guys to.
Oh, you played on one of those teams.
Yeah, have a O line and have move me out there. So, but no, I had no hand-eye coordination either. So I wouldn't have put me out.
Yeah.
What's the heaviest you've gotten to, Austin?
Heaviest 425 was the heaviest I was, and that was November 23. 24.
But I would imagine your body comp difference between now and then is probably substantially different.
Yeah, it's crazy when you eat protein as like your main source of food.
Yeah. All right, guys, this has been the Chalk Bowl Podcast, Episode 2. We are here with Austin Andrade, Wes Derwinski, Bryce Johnson. Thank you guys for all the feedback on the first video. We understand we're still not super tech savvy and we're kind of shit at this, but eventually we're going to get less shit and you guys just get to hear us, kind of behind the scenes and have a good time. Nobody else wants to say anything? Wes is fucking censoring himself. He's going nonverbal.
Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Listen
ring
to us
that
on
bell.
Spotify.
Yeah,
ring that
Spotify.
bell.
Spotify too. We're on
now.
Spotify.
It's right down here somewhere.
Yeah, you throw that in.
Yeah, I'll forget to put it in there, so just Google it.
Hey, real quick, check out my Instagram, Smash Andrade, and then the Texas Boys YouTube channel. Me and Nick are going to start throwing some YouTube videos out. We actually got a camera guy back with us, so we'll start putting out some good, funny, me and him fucking around the gym content.
Cool. Make sure you guys buy his merch as well. You can see it sitting there behind him. They got Texas Boys merch, Smash merch.
Yeah, I got Tex-Mex stuff still, too.
Tex-Mex. Oh, I like those shirts. Those are cool. So, yeah, make sure you guys hit him up, go through his socials, Smash Andrade. It's all listed underneath our names. Thank you guys for listening.